It is January 7th, Saturday, 2023. We are on the interstate. You'll see Ella's laying down back there, looking fondly at her unicorn that has fallen on the floor. You can see the camper behind us. We are headed south on I-75 towards Cloudland Canyon State Park in Rising Fawn, Georgia. And this is us leaving the state of Kentucky for the next probably year for our gap year. And yeah, so this will be kind of the first of hopefully many short little documentations, so that in several years we can look back on this and remember what we did. But January 7th is the day that we are leaving the great state of Kentucky. Drew, anything you'd like to kind of say this morning?
Just that we had a great send-off. Kentucky, in its true bipolar weather status, was bright and sunny and beautiful this morning, and I'm excited to start the journey.
Yeah, so good morning, and we hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye. Hello. Today is Monday, January 9th. It is, what time? The end of the day. Drew just got off work.
Yep, it's about closing in on 5:30.
Yeah, we just walked down to Overlook number 2 and just wanted to check in. Drew, how was your first day working from Cloud Canyon State Park?
It was good. The internet worked well with the setup that I have, and the scenery was good at lunchtime and everything else, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Ella and I went on, I think, 4 or 5 walks today, so pretty productive, and read some books and worked in the kitchen, and we actually have our first visitors coming to visit us tonight, Tom and Alicia, so really excited.
Yep.
Check in later. Good morning. So Ella and I are out for a morning walk and just figured I'd share this view with you all. So I'm going to pan around a little bit slow so you guys can see the view. She did so well today, or this morning. Quite pretty. Good morning. I don't know if you can hear me, but Ella and I went for a walk to Cherokee Falls, which is behind us. I'm going to pan around real quick and show you this hollow that we are currently in. That you can see. Absolutely gorgeous. The canyon is behind us. With Ella. Good morning. I don't know if you can tell, but the canyon is full of snow. So Ella's getting covered And yeah, it is it's just snowing in Georgia. Good morning.
Alright, so this is our final night in location number 1. So we've spent a week at Cloudland Canyon State Park in northwest Georgia, and it has been really good. We have had a wide range of things that have happened. So we've had some beautiful weather and some not so beautiful weather.
I mean, it's all been pretty.
Yeah.
It's just very varied.
But I guess, like, one of the coolest things was, you know, we started out the week, we had some really great friends from Alabama drive over. It was like an hour and 40-minute drive one way after work to see us, and we cooked that outside. We made fajitas on the griddle. We got to test out the griddle, so that was cool.
That was really cool.
I was a little intimidated by cooking on a flat top.
Yeah.
But Kelly did some like seasoning magic on the steak and peppers and everything, and it turned out really, really good.
It was really good. Unfortunately, it got colder than we thought it was going to. And so we all kind of huddled around the campfire and ate cake that they had brought over. That it was really sweet. It had congrats on the cake. Congrats, I guess, for me getting up the gumption to leave my job and to focus on my health for a little bit, and I guess taking the jump for both of us, just doing this, and it was just really sweet. It means a lot to us that Tom and Alicia came over on a Monday of all times, after working all day, to see us, just out of the blue. So it was really exciting, and it was kind of funny. It was like the old days when they used to live down the street from us in Lexington. The boys were out working by the grill, and Alicia and I were in the kitchen talking and joking and laughing, and like it was just it was great. It was a good like Monday. So that was probably a highlight of Monday. It's probably one of the best Mondays we've had in a long time, actually.
We did make a fire out there, but it was like, you know, the weakest fire ever. Yes. I did get to use the kindling splitter that my brother got me, which is pretty nice to be able to easily split wood up. So that was cool.
That was cool.
But as Kelly mentioned, it got a lot colder than it was supposed to get. So I don't remember exactly which night it was. If it was that night or the next night.
It was that night.
It was supposed to get down to 32. That's what the weather forecast said. It did not get down to 32. No. It got down to like 22. And I had de-winterized the camper because, you know, we're in Georgia and we wanted to just kind of go for it. And as long as it gets down to like high 20s, it should be fine. But the hose definitely froze.
Yeah, it did.
We're connected to the spigot, so nothing was broken. Camper's fine, no problems. But did wake up, turned on the faucet, nothing came out because there was no water pressure. Yeah,
no, it didn't do any damage to the spigot either, thankfully. So it was just like a bit of a slushy for a second. And it was kind of funny because we have a thermometer inside. It's one of those thermometer plus humidity gauges, and Drew stuck it outside to see because he's like, the weather says, like the forecast says it's like 32 degrees. It should not be freezing. Yeah, it was not.
So that's when I learned or realized that my weather app was pulling weather from the nearest town, which happened to be down in the valley and had very different weather than we do up here on this ridgeline.
Yeah, no. So that was fun and exciting for sure. But so that was Monday night, Tuesday morning. We've had a whole wide variety of weather, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had some like really warm, sunny, and then some rainy.
Yeah.
And then most recently, after we had like an epic thunderstorm come through with high winds and all that nonsense, today it's been snowing like crazy.
Yeah, it snowed all day. And, I mean, it's been consistent all day. Like, Ella and I have went for 3 hikes. 4 if you count the big one at the end of the day, which is why Drew and I look a little tired. And Ella is currently laying on the bed chewing on a bully stick because she's exhausted, but, you know, still has a little bit of energy to chew on a bully stick. So we have been traipsing about in the snow all day because essentially it went from 50s, 60s down to freezing again. The weather has just been kind of extreme.
Yeah.
But it's, no matter the weather, it's been beautiful here. Cloudland Canyon has been really, really pretty. There's been so much wildlife, and it's been unique in some ways, and typical in others. I think.
Yeah, so we've seen I think the same herd of deer about 30 times, it seems like. We'll see them down in one end of the park and then down in the other end, and probably not the same herd. But,
no, probably not, but that's okay. They're not afraid of us or of Ella. Like, they will just mosey right along. They don't care.
And then Ella is best friends with all of the armadillos, or at least she thinks that she is best friends with all of the armadillos.
They don't like her, but she really, really likes them. Like, she is very intrigued by the armadillos, and there are so many of them. So many of them. I was talking to the park ranger today about it, and she was laughing because she was saying that there's lots of possums, armadillos, and really fat raccoons here in the park. And she's like, it doesn't matter like where you go in this park, if it's here in the east or the west campground, like there's a ton of them.
They know where the food is.
They do. They do.
But let's see. So we've also taken a lot of opportunity this week to kind of like settle into the camper.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of things, you know, everything from sticking some decals on the outside of it to fixing the front window. So we had, you know, first trip to the hardware store to fix the poor design.
Shout out to the Ace Hardware in Trenton, like the best laid out Ace Hardware that I've been to. Drew tells me that all Ace Hardwares are amazing, and that's how hardware stores are supposed to be laid out. But this one was very lovely. I quite enjoyed it.
They're supposed to have one of everything. Literally one of everything. But, yeah, we added some other stripping, and Kelly made some window covers for the windows. You can actually see one of them behind us, but those help out a whole lot with heat retention and condensation, so way more cozy in here, but just getting settled in.
Yep, yep. And we've gotten used to, or started to get used to, cooking here as well. So we've made biscuits a couple times in the oven. Yeah,
it's kind of impressive the things that we, and by we I mean you, have been able to cook in here. It's been really good. Like, we had a delicious pasta dish that you made from scratch tonight. We've had biscuits and all sorts of different things.
It's getting better. I'm getting used to it. It is a small kitchen, obviously, but it has 3 burners and an oven, so I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest.
I did just order a oven thermometer.
Yes.
Because our oven is crazy. It goes like 300, 325, 350, 400, 430.
Yep.
And I really just don't understand that. Like, the dial, like, who puts... I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure it runs hot. So,
yeah.
It cooks pretty evenly, though. So I can't really complain. It's just, I haven't been brave enough just yet to make cookies. I think when we get to the lake, I'm going to try and make some cookies. And see how that goes. Biscuits are a pretty good, like, gauge to see how things are going, but cookies can really be affected by temperature and how they spread.
So it was also a week of trying new things for Ella.
Yeah.
So we did go to the grocery store and the hardware store, and we tried leaving Ella in the truck.
Yeah.
For the first time, and she was fine with it. Now we were those crazy like helicopter dog parents, I guess.
Yeah.
So we may have left Kelly's phone in the truck and taken my phone with us and FaceTimed so that we could keep an eye on her to see if she went crazy and started howling like a husky. But she was pretty chill.
Yeah, no, she was fine. She did respond to our voice whenever on on the phone we would say something to her, because I didn't know if the phone had just like frozen up when we were in the grocery store. But no, it had not frozen up. She's just that stoic and was just standing, like
stock still, watching out the window. Yeah.
But no, she's doing really good. Honestly, she is. She's a really good girl. A bit high strung, but she's a husky, so that is what she is. But yeah, so we have hiked a whole lot. Ella and I took a hike down to a waterfall. We went to Cherokee Falls. I think it was on Tuesday. It was like 600 stairs down and then back up. So Wednesday, she and I kind of took it easy and stayed at the top of the canyon, because that was a lot of stairs. We're not used to those. We need to get back in shape.
But then tonight, I get off work a little bit early on Fridays, so we headed out and we did a large looped hike around to the other rim of the canyon. So we went down into the canyon and back up, and then out that spur. That was quite a hike, and we got back. It was about dusk. There was some refracted light, but
there was.
It was a really, really pretty hike. The scenic vistas from that rim are actually, I think, better than the ones on this side.
I think so.
But
it was like 5 miles, and I think it was, my Garmin said it was like 97 flights of stairs.
Which, I mean, 5 miles isn't that long, but when you're trying to knock it out really quick before dark in the wintertime and it's snowing. Yeah. So, it's not nothing.
No. I mean, 5 miles, 2 hours. We were booking it. For us, at least.
I mean, and that involved, stopping at the overlooks and gawking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Ella has taken to, she kind of likes the Pride Rock. Like, she likes to go out, and she has no fear. So we have to be her fear for her.
Yeah, she does kind of like pose and like almost like push her chest out, like out over the rock. Yeah.
So she wears a harness when we're hiking, and thankfully, maybe I need to get her a climbing harness, because the D-ring would not stop her if she went over the edge. It would not do anything for her 50-pound butt, but
probably would.
No, I mean, it would maybe slow her down, but I don't know. She's enjoying the hiking, I believe. She's very much enjoying the walks, as she just said.
I've very much enjoyed being a little bit more active and getting out and doing something every day.
Yeah.
And just having the opportunity to, there's a beautiful view and a hiking trail, 30 seconds out your door, is just been refreshing. So this place in particular brings back a lot of vibes of Red River Gorge, which is kind of like our home. Yeah. We have tons and tons of fond memories there. And this forest and these ravines and cliffs have a very similar feel. Yeah. And so it has been a good first place to go. But we're wrapping up the week.
We are.
And we're getting ready to head out in the morning, and we're going to go further south.
Yep.
And we're going to visit Kelly's brother and family.
Yeah.
And we're really looking forward to that.
Very excited. So we're going to Lake Topsaki in Macon, and we'll be there for 2 weeks. So that will be nice and something different. And hopefully we'll have a little bit warmer weather before we head a little bit further south to Florida. and even hopefully warmer weather.
The goal is to get away from this freezing nonsense.
I did not think that we would get snow in Georgia. Like, when I lived here as a kid, we never really got snow.
Well, you also weren't in the mountains of northern Georgia.
No, but it was like, that was just not something we got. But today, it has snowed all day. All day. And I mean, I was texting people in Lexington, and they were getting snow. And I'm just like, I did drive south, right? Like, we did drive south. So, but this has been a really cool place to start, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's a place that I'd like to come back and visit. I think in a different season, too.
Yeah, visit it in, like, spring or summer, or even fall, actually, would be really pretty. And it would be a totally different place.
There's some really cool cabins, too, that look really nice, that, like, look over the canyon. That could be fun.
Yeah, all of the canyons are, like, all of the cabins are, like, right on the edge of the canyon. So it's pretty cool, like, see people sitting out on a back screened-in porch, drinking their coffee, looking out over the canyon. So I can see the appeal to that.
Yeah, for sure. But Cloudland Canyon has been pretty awesome. This week has been great. First week down. Many, many more to go.
Yep.
So, what was your favorite thing this week?
Honestly, Tom and Alicia visiting on Monday was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
The thing that I was most, like, happy about, I guess, is that all of the technology that I've been worried about has worked.
Yeah.
And I had a successful first week of work on the road and didn't really have any technological issues. So that was nice. Everything went the way it was supposed to go with work.
That's awesome. Yeah. I agree. Having Tom and Alicia come over and visit was really awesome. That was definitely like an unexpected surprise that was pretty awesome. Aside from that, I think some of the hiking was pretty spectacular. Going down to Cherokee Falls was pretty amazing. It made me feel like a little kid. And it was kind of, I don't know, it was fun and refreshing. All of the hikes were really refreshing, including even tonight's, where we were trying to go as fast as we could in some places, so that we had moments where we could enjoy the view. So
I will say also that I really enjoyed the nighttime here.
The stars. The
stars have been really, really nice. So it has been fairly cloudy. You know, the name fits.
It does.
But on the nights that it has been clear, the times of the night that it's been clear, it has been much more of a dark sky than we're used to, and they've been very beautiful. There's been a full moon up a couple of nights, or nearly full moon, and it's just been really, really pleasant to get outside and not see the glow of the city.
Yeah, it has been nice. But we are excited about the next stop, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if we'll have quite as dark of skies because we'll be pretty close to Macon.
Probably not.
But that's okay. We will be maybe testing out, if the weather cooperates, a stand-up paddleboard. We'll see how that goes. See how cold it is to fall into a lake.
Yeah, I'll have to have the video running when that happens.
But so that kind of wraps this week, and we will see you guys next week. We hope all is well.
Have a good one.